Hi, I had to run upstairs for this video and get this hat. I lived in Kazakhstan for a couple of years, and this is the first time, this is a complete blind reaction to Dimash. So there you go, there's the hat. The reason that I've stopped to take time to do a reaction to Dimash now is a fan of his, Romer Lopez, who also promotes his, reaches out to reactors to say, please cover Dimash. So I'm going to mention him. I'm going to put a link to his YouTube site too, because it was the fact that he reached out to me and said, hey, he's from Kazakhstan. This is what his history is. This is a bit about his music that made my ears prick up. And I knew that he was super famous, but I hadn't stopped to really investigate it. So thank you to Romer for pushing me in the right direction. But I'm very excited. I'm a little bit scared. If you don't know me, I express myself mainly through cartoons. I'm using music as inspiration and to learn more about self-expression. And I like words. Let's see what's going on here. I might not understand this though. I have a feeling it's another language.
Pourquoi je vis, pourquoi je meurs, pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure. Voici le SOS d'un derrière en détresse. J'ai jamais eu que sur toi. Je me très besoin. Je suis de ma peau. Je t'ai voulu me donner voix. Si je me serais je te jure, confondais la vie avec nos bandes dessinées. Quand deux filles tu métamorphoses, je sens quelque chose qui m'attire. Allez. Pourquoi je vis, pourquoi je meurs, pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure.
sorry I was coughing. Stop sharing that. I'm so sorry I was coughing. Maybe I'll cut this out. Okay, that wasn't what I was expecting. I knew that I'd read a little bit about him. I knew what people had told me, that he had a range. But I don't know why. I just thought, oh, he sings lots of different songs then, sometimes in this range, sometimes in that range. And I thought maybe span a little bit. It never crossed my mind that he would be going so broad. Isn't that weird? It never crossed my mind that he would incorporate all of that into one song. And I really love the visuals of having the wings behind him too. I don't normally comment about the visuals. I'm kind of focusing on the words. I'm so glad it had it translated into English, because for me, I'm just such a wordy girl that I love the words, and I that's how I'm really connecting. The music is so new to me. The music and interpreting and feeling the music. What was interesting was, typically when you see an artist, they're looking at the camera or they're doing you feel there's a big emphasis on eye contact. And I noticed that wasn't the case in this song. I don't know whether there's other songs. Well, I'm going to find out. There's going to be other songs. Yeah. So what I was feeling is this his style? That it's almost that he's so, it felt like he was so engrossed in the song and in the music, but I don't know whether it was a deliberate choice, because of the words for this song were so introspective about his feelings, and that wondering that would it be more beautiful if seen from above. I thought that was such a lovely line, and that idea of having some distance. And then when I think there was some mention about cartoon. And it's fascinating to me because I did a course on comedy, and they were saying that when you write comedy, you have to take the sting out of it. You make the people more two-dimensional and more cartoon-like. You don't make it as a personal attack. And I've noticed in my cartoons that it's very personal. And if anything, it humanizes people. The idea that I'm saying particular words in the cartoon and then a particular image, and then a third meaning is gained. I don't know whether I'm going on. I feel like I'm geeking out a little bit here. For me, cartoons, although people might say cartoonish, the way I'm using them is incredibly humanizing of this is what's going on inside, this is what I'm thinking. But I thought it was interesting that he was saying about having that distance. Again, I'm zooming in on the words, aren't I? I'm not focusing on his vocal talent. But anyway, that distance and seeing it as being more beautiful. Again, I'm geeking out about my own cartoons. Sometimes I feel like I'm shoving them down your throat. I'm not. It's just the way I express myself, and that I find is most revealing of me when I put that on paper. And there's something happens when you have distance. This is why people talk about journaling and writing and creating something. It's that idea that you have some separation, some distance, and even things that are painful. I think in comedy they say that comedy or humour is tragedy plus time, and it's time is distance, isn't it? So when you draw something or when you write something and you can separate rather than it rattling around in your head, then it is more beautiful and more interesting rather than it swirling around and you spiraling. Let me think about his voice. I was really surprised. I knew that he would be a great singer because of his success and because of the way people had spoken about him. But I wasn't expecting some of the different qualities in the different ranges. That was interesting too. I feel like I'm curious about his performance. I don't feel qualified to talk about his vocal skills other than I was surprised, which is strange because I'd been told about it, but I was still surprised. But I am leaning towards was the no eye contact with the cameras and that performance. Is that something he chose deliberately for this song, or is this his style? So that's how I'm going to jump onto another song now. That's what I'm gonna do. Bye.